All right. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. We'll wait for some people to get in here before we get started. We got about 4 people that are here, so make sure as soon as you get in here, you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more of these videos. Also, make sure you check out some of the links that are down below. Um, it does help out the channel. You can help out with checking out my links in the description. I also have a link in the chat for BTCC. Is a platform that allows you to trade up to a 500x leverage. I don't ever recommend 500x leverages, but you can definitely you know do that. Also, um, if you wanted to get a bonus, you can get a bonus as you sign up with that platform. A 10% deposit bonus on your first time deposit. Extra bonuses up to $10,055 and 40% lower trading fees. So again, feel free to check out that link. It's in the chat, and make sure you hit the like button as soon as you do hop in here. It does help out. I don't know what that's all about. So there's been some interest. Um, there's been some real interest in the market. I've seen many people that have come through in chats and comments and have asked my opinion on one topic, right? I think people have asked me before about like AI and what my position was on AI. And a lot of times I don't like to follow what those trends are, but I know there's a lot of people that want to follow those trends, that want to be a part of what the biggest coin is going to be. And someone asked me maybe a week ago, might have been a week ago, might have been a little bit less, about Dash Coin. And I was talking about the potential of Dash Coin and the growth and what we've seen before, and talking about how it does have a decent amount of potential. We can see some major movement. Um, and how it does fall into that privacy coin, um, category. And I think privacy coins have been a large topic of conversation. I wouldn't say over AI, but we've seen a lot of people mention it, at least in the chats here, more than they've mentioned any AI projects. So it's like these trends that come up where people are looking at um, I don't know, metaverse coins, right? Then they go and look at AI, and now we're looking at like privacy and focusing on that, right? Guys, we have 27 people here. If you can get me up to 15 likes or something, that would be amazing. I don't think today's live stream is going to be long. I just wanted to have a discussion on privacy coins and kind of break all of this down here. So, good morning to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good evening to you, or good evening to whoever it's evening for. Good morning, Brandon White. Thank you for being here. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. Kevin, thank you for being here as well. I appreciate you guys. But privacy coins, right? A simple thing, right? I'm using AI, the latest, or not the latest, but the last kind of category that people are really looking at, using AI to break down what privacy coins are. So privacy coins are a category of cryptocurrencies designed to obscure transaction details to enhance user privacy and anonymity. I always struggle with that word. Um, Unlike public blockchains like Bitcoin, where transaction history and wallet balances are publicly visible, privacy coins use advanced cryptographic methods to hide information such as the sender, recipient, and the amount of a transaction, which is always great because I know some people are really all about that privacy, where if you are investing if you are investing into a cryptocurrency, let's say if you have XRP, or you have something that's going to explode, you don't want all that information that's out there to be as public as possible, just from a sense of you having more security or having more privacy, honestly. Um, uh, so privacy coins employ different cryptographic techniques to achieve anonymity and untraceability. So ring signatures. This method mixes uh, user's transaction with several other decoy transactions in a group, making it nearly impossible to determine the actual sender. Uh, Monero, hopefully I'm saying it right. Monero is a prominent example that uses this. Now, I don't know if many people are trying to do this for their own privacy, or more for not paying taxes or anything. I don't know how that really goes about, but it's interesting. Stealth addresses. A unique one-time address is generated for every transaction a user receives. This prevents a observer from linking multiple payments to a single public wallet address. Um, Zero knowledge proofs. So ZK snarks. This technology allows one party to prove that a transaction is valid. They have sufficient funds without revealing any confident information or confidential information about the transaction itself, such as the amount or the parties involved. Zcash uses ZK snarks for its optional private transactions. CoinJoin. This technique combines multiple transactions from various users into a single large transaction, which is then distributed to the respective recipients. New addresses. This, I don't know what that word is. Uh, the original flow of funds. Dash's private send feature uses a CoinJoin style mixer. Um, I don't know how to say that word. I don't even know how to sound it out. Thank you guys for, especially with what goes on in my head and where I see different letters. Honestly, the sky's the limit for what that could be. I know it might be. It could be easy or not, but right now it literally looks like the alphabet to me. It looks like A B C D E F G, because I've never seen that word before. Um, that's the problem with me, dyslexia and whatnot. Um, I don't think it's a major case, but I definitely, dude, when it's a new word, I have to get it broken down in a way. It's so difficult. But anyways, you have they talked about it in the breakdown. You have Monero, you have Zcash, Dash, Pirate Chain, all of that. So I wanted to go into the top privacy coins, as well as go into Dash and the movement that's there. So actually, first let's go into Dash, because we just talked about it. So Dash actually is seeing a decent size increase over the last 24 hours since I started this video. You can see in the thumbnail it says 61%. From when I started this video 9 minutes ago to where it is today, or where it is right now, it's up a decent percentage from then to now. It started at 61% from when I saw it. Well, technically it started at 52% and then was up to 61 by the time I made the thumbnail. And now it's up to 68% for the last 24 hours. That's a large jump. It's currently sitting at an $800 million market cap with $445 million worth of volume. The volume is up by 480%. And what's crazy is we literally just talked about this, like maybe not even a week ago, uh, talking about the growth and where this can get to and the market cap that it was at. And last week, I guess if you wanted to look at it at this price, it was 40% down from where, oh, not 40% down, but it had a 40% increase from where we were a week ago to where we are right now at the 63, 64 dollar level. 41% up. But things are looking great for Dash. So I wanted to see the reason why. The volume to market cap ratio is 53.3%. Circulating supply, total supply, right? Circulating supply is at 12.5. Max supply is at about 19 million, while you have the total supply at 12.5. So I don't know what the split is there and what the detail is there, but Dash is up quite a bit, and it's looking really, really good. You're seeing majority of that volume that's happening in Binance. It has $64 million. $15 million is happening in Coinbase. You have another about $6 million. That's a different trading pair there, but you have various places to where you can purchase it if you wanted to. Good morning, Uncle. Are we buying Dash? I'm not buying Dash. No, I'm just talking about Dash at the moment. Pirate Chain is the most private chain on any blockchain. It's interesting. Thank you for letting me know. But Dashcoin has seen a significant increase to their price, and it's consistently going up. It's up 69, 70% today. It's continuing to fly this morning. Again, I'm not purchasing it. You can do whatever you feel like doing with it. I'm just talking about privacy coins and talking about the growth that Dash has. I don't have any Dash in my possession. I won't buy anything that's up this much. If you're buying something that's up 71%, as you can see right now, it's up 71%, you are chasing the position, right? Doesn't mean that you can't make money from it. It just means that you're chasing it. It's up to $65.31. It just continues to fly, continues to move, which honestly, it can move. It can be worth hundreds and hundreds of dollars here, if not thousands of dollars, right? You can see it up to those points, but I'm not chasing anything, that's up 72%, and we'll get back to that. Right now, this is old news. 25 minutes ago, Dash price surges 21%. 3 reasons the privacy coin is outperforming Zcash and XMR. So the privacy coin sector. Okay. Over the past 24 hours, Dash price, coin price has surged 21%, which we know it's now 71%. On the other hand, also recorded 15% jump, while Zcash's price stalled nearly $402. But why is Dash suddenly outperforming the other two? Let's find out and examine the next move for the cryptocurrency. Dash rejoins the privacy coin boom. Hopefully, I don't have to pay to continue reading this because I will be upset. Give me a second. I don't. Good. To begin, we examine the 4-hour chart. Within the time frame, Dash coin broke out a falling channel to retest the 46 level. Previously, the last time altcoin reached that point was on December 2027. Or sorry, what? December 27, 2025. A closer look at the chart shows that buying pressure played a huge role in this breakout. Of course it did. You wouldn't see it move up without buying pressure. Specifically, the money flow index reading spiked the level not seen in December. As a result, Dash bulls were able to defend the support near $37.07. At the same time, this played a crucial or critical role as the cryptocurrency breached the resistance of $40.93. Okay, short squeeze predicts higher, lower levels. I really don't want to get into the chart about it, right? This has to be more than just what the chart is doing in the breakout from a descending channel. It has to be more than that, right? Dash price analysis undervalued. there has to be more. I feel like this is just giving you a breakdown of what did happen. Yes, it's great to see it break out of a channel, but there's more to that than this. There's more to that breakout than this. There has to be. A 60 or 71% increase and then continued success, 77% increase over the day, and you're telling me it's just because of breakout of a descending channel? That's stupid. Let's see if they have a breakdown of news. Why is Dash price pumping today? Dubai privacy token ban, sweeping regulatory crackdown. That was 1 day ago. This is 2 hours ago. See if we can find this real quick. So why is Dash coin pumping? Don't tell me the same thing. Give me a second. Momentum started. Technical move. Reclaim. Okay. I don't want to hear any technical analysis right now. I don't want to hear anything of that nature. I want to see what the real reason. None of this BS. Exchange expansion is supporting Dash price liquidity. Market structure improvements also played a role in the recent move. OKX expanded Dash access across Europe on January 6th, building on earlier spot trading support introduced in late November. This expansion increased Dash price accessibility in related markets and helped deepen liquidity at the time. The technical momentum was already improving. So, I mean, that was from a while ago. Greater exchange availability tends to matter most when the price begins to trend. More entry points allow demand to build without sharp slippage, which helps explain why Dash price advanced steadily rather than spiking and fading quickly. Privacy asset rotation and lifting Dash price alongside peers. So Dash price strengthens along or also aligns with a broader rotation into privacy-focused assets. The altcoin season index rose about 47% over the past 30 days, reflecting growth appetite for higher beta opportunities. During this period, other privacy-oriented assets posted strong gains, reinforcing interest across the segment. Dash benefits from rotation due to its established network liquidity profile and continued exchange presence. Capital flow into privacy narratives appears selective rather than indiscriminate. Hopefully that's what it is. Favoring assets that already have functioning markets and recognizable use case. Derivatives data confirms growing confidence behind Dash's price. Again, this is not really fully explaining why I guess when you have one thing after another, that can give you the reason or breakdown as to why something could be moving or could be breaking out. But it definitely doesn't have a full breakdown as to why, right? Is it because Dash has had the history and people are into privacy coins right now? So if they're into privacy coins, they're like, Dash is the way to go. Because the top privacy coins, you can go into the breakdown here. Guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do so. If you go into privacy coins, the overall market is sitting at $71 billion market cap with $5 billion worth of volume. You have XMR that's leading the way at $12 billion. Zcash that's there at $6.7 billion. Litecoin is right there as well at $6 billion. And you have Canton, which a lot of people have asked me about, mentioned about. They wanted to know my opinion on, which sits at $5.4 billion. Midnight, $1 billion. And then Dashcoin is sitting at $826 billion at a $65 price point. It is up 19 or 20% in the last hour, 73, 74% in the last 24 hours, and over the last 7 days, up 45%. Maybe because it is more of an OG, I would say. Like people look at it and go, Dash Coin was what it was and actually has a history. For something like a Canton, right? Many people have talked about this. But if you look at history, you really only haven't since November, so you don't have much history to say that this is not the highest point, right? If Privacy Coin can compete with other coins that are there, what would you be more likely to get into? One that is a top coin at a $5 billion market cap with no history, or something that does have history and has a long-standing, life from last bull run to bear market to this bull run and altcoin season. It's something that gives you maybe a little bit more confidence in what you're holding because it is, there. But then you also have Litecoin as well. Maybe not the um, I don't know the most private coin. I don't really know how to classify that, but something that people are something with Dash is really resonating with people, with investors. But sits at an $800 billion or $800 million market cap, giving you the ability to compete with the top cryptocurrencies there at 5, 6, or $12 billion. Looking at a 10 to 12, maybe even further than that, X over what you are having, right? And at the point of this, right, this is up by 70%. If you saw this at the level before this, right, $40 or even lower, maybe that's where people are like, all right, this has the ability to compete with all of the top coins that are there. Because even though it is at an $800 billion market cap, $800 million market cap, it wasn't as much as Tezos. It wasn't as much as, well, it probably was more closer to Start Neck. But you're seeing that growth. So I don't know why people are resonating towards this, why people are gravitating to Dash over everything else that's above it. But my guess would be a further investment opportunity, something that has history. You look at Dash's price history, and the highest price that it's been to, all-time high, $1,642.22. And getting to that point, if we look at all history, again, this is like the 1,000 some odd dollars, right? You're looking at a market cap of a $12 billion market cap. From a $63 price to a $1,000 price would be a no-brainer for anyone, right? So is that the reason why? It's because you have the history, you have where the price is, and you know that it can get back to a $12 billion market cap this altcoin season. Maybe that's it. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think it's because of something else that's behind the scenes, or that we're up by, 67%? Or do you think that you say you're selling Dash? I mean, it's totally up to you. You can make whatever play you want to make. Do you believe that this movement is based on something else that's behind the scenes? Do you believe that it's because it's a top privacy coin, or the fact that it's considered an OG in a way in this category, as well as just in the market? We have 49 people here. If you can hit the like button and hit that subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed. Also, if you want to check out my link for BTCC in the chat, it's a great platform where if you specifically use my link, you'll get a 10% deposit bonus on your first time deposit. Extra bonuses up to $10,055. Enjoy up to 40% lower trading fees, and you can trade all the way up to a 500x leverage with no VPN and no KYC that's required. So definitely check it out. I have a few investments over here, a few that are negative, especially with the movement that we've seen, some that are down 20%, 24%, 15%. 28%, but then I'm up 36% here and 442% for Jasmine Coin. And I expect to move further there. As long as we see some major positivity, I expect to see some more movement there. But yeah, I've been using it, and I think it's a really good platform. And then they also have a 1 million, like you could split 1 million USDT, like some sort of giveaway that's going on there. So you might want to check that out as well. But not only do they have a regular platform, they also have a demo platform where you can trade whatever you like and not necessarily use your own money. But the top privacy coins in the market, again, Litecoin is one of those. I have a decent amount of Litecoin. I think Litecoin is one of my forever coins that I've been holding for a very long time. I don't know the growth of these two, but I've come across them a couple of times. I haven't seen the history of that growth. So if I look at the last year, Zcash has gone from a $42 price all the way up to an $700 price ish, but now sitting at about a $400 price. So all history, we have a little bit of history with Zcash as well. So maybe it's not because of being an OG, because Zcash is also here at a $700 price, back down to a $29 price, back up to a $400 or $300 price, then down to a $16 price point, and back up to an $800 price point, right? So, you have the history with that. So it's not necessarily like, oh, well, this is the most OG project, so I'll count that out. XMR, all history from 2015, so it just maybe doesn't have, maybe the way that I would probably look at it is this. If there's nothing that's behind the scenes that's saying Dash is partnering with this or doing this, implementing this, whatever, then it's more or less on the opportunity that Dash provides versus the ones that are at the top of the market. So XMR is at a $12.3 billion market cap. Not to say that it can't grow further and be worth a lot more, but it's already at a $12.3 billion market cap, and people probably see it that way. And when you look at some of these top coins that are in the market, they're in the billions. Right? You can see Zcash. Yes, it's OG. It has some history there, but it's at a $7 billion market cap. So maybe people are like, I can see something that isn't at the highest level that it's been at, or isn't close to the highest level. And maybe they're like, oh, you know what? Dashcoin is it. Tezos may be it. And you might see them end up pushing that up. But there's also opportunity below that. So I don't know. It's tough to say. It's really tough to say. All right, let's see what people are saying here. If you hold Dash, let me know if you have Dash and how much you do have. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, sir, from India. Thank you for watching. Where are we standing today with crypto? Can we see a breakout these 3 months or another rough year? So in theory, it should be a breakout, right? We should see positivity, major positivity here. However, anything could happen with news that happens in the world. So whether it's war, whether it's interest rates, whether it's just anything, right? You can see an impact with crypto based on government decisions, based on country decisions, or based on companies, right? There's a lot of things that could change where we are going to go. But where we should be, right? We should be seeing the trickle down effect, right? Bitcoin's growth, Ethereum's growth into other, cryptocurrencies that are in the market, whether it's other sectors like a privacy coin sector, an AI sector, meme coin sectors, right? Whatever, right? We're looking at all of those, and we should see that trickle down effect into altcoins, and we should see altcoin season. However, it's not a guarantee. honestly, altcoin season should have happened the second half of 2025 for sure. And if it didn't happen in the third quarter, it should have definitely happened in the fourth quarter. But we saw one of the worst fourth quarters that we've had in a very, very long time. A very long time. We're talking about not just 1 month of decreasing. We're talking about October. Immediately when the first quarter happened, things went down to lows that we didn't expect, dropped by 50%. It looked like it was the start of the bear market. November, it looked sort of positive for like the first day because it was kind of recovering from what happened in October, then decrease again. The same thing happened in December. It looked positive, but December didn't end up being positive. The entire fourth quarter was just inherently negative. It wasn't great, and it should have been positive. But then you move into 2026, and this is where we should see more of that recovery from what we saw in that fourth quarter, because that wasn't supposed to happen. But just because it's not supposed to happen doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, you know? So you have to be prepared for the worst. I would say we're set for a breakout in these next, 2 or 3 months. However, again, it's not a guarantee. I don't want to tell you it's guaranteed to run when it might not. You never know what's going to happen in the world to really push crypto in an opposite direction, because while we have the cycle, the standard cycle, that may be broken, right? That may be broken, especially when it comes to all the things that have been implemented. ETFs, government conversations, when it comes to CRO and treasuries and stuff like that, reserves that could be created, bills that are launched, I'll say. Uh, so I can't think of another word for it. So yeah, you from which country? I'm from the U.S., United States of America. Um, Railgun is also going crazy. I don't know what Railgun is. Is it a privacy coin as well? I don't know what it is. Railgun, it's up by 38%. Secret is up by 16%. So we got some decent movers in this market here. You got Pirate Chain that's up by 57%. You got Railgun that's up by 38%. Let's look at the top moving privacy coins right now. So Dash is up by 70%. Pirate Chain 58%. Let's round up. 74% over the last 7 days for this. So 38% for Railgun, 35% for Darrow, 34% for Decred, Krypton, Horizon, Secret. All of those are up a decent amount. XMR is up by 14% as well. So it's not necessarily just Dashcoin. It's just Dashcoin is up by so much compared to the rest of the market. People think there has to be something. I really love you. I really love you watching your. I really love you watching your videos when I'm at work. Um, I'm looking for financial freedom. I mean, it takes time, right? I think a lot of people will say, "I'm looking to be financially free right now." You get into a tough situation, right? Let's say you lose your job or something. You're like, I have a little bit of money and I want financial freedom. It's not that easy to just say I want financial freedom and to take whatever free money and now you can have financial freedom. No, it's about building it over time. If you lose your job, that is definitely a hit, right? And you can't just go, I have freedom and now I have free money to do whatever I want in the markets. You have to understand that if you don't have an income coming in, that takes away from your patience of what you can invest into and how long you can invest. Patience is key in these markets. And I think if you're looking to go, I want to have financial freedom this year, it's not going to happen, right? You need to make sure that you set yourself up to be patient for whenever the markets run, whether it's crypto, whether it's, stocks or real estate or, gold or silver, it doesn't matter. You have to be patient in the markets and you have to consistently invest into the markets to create that financial freedom. I could say that I don't even have financial freedom, right? I know that what I have that's left over could absolutely change everything that I have going on, and I honestly wouldn't need much to continue my life, but it's all in investments. It's not financially free to me if I can't, take what's free and, you know, easily, pay bills and have that stack up to a large amount, right? I feel like all of that is held and all of that is put away, and I no longer have that. So all of the money that I've been able to save is now, let's call it spent, because it's on investments that I don't need to touch. But I do have short term plays that can make me a decent amount of money. But it's, again, I have to be patient with that. I'm not going to go, oh, I need to buy these shoes. Let me take this out of XRP. No, I'm not going to do that. Right. I'm being patient with my plays. And I think that's where, a lot of people get stuck. Not saying that that's the case with you. You're still working. You're still putting towards your investments, but financial freedom comes over time. I started investing, actively investing, when I was, what was it, 2015, 2016. Um, and I could say I can get to a point in the last 2 years to where I can say I feel more financially free. I feel like I can do so much more in the markets, and benefit from those things in the markets, from my free cash flow versus spending time at a 9 to 5. I could spend a ton of time with my kids. Um, that's freedom to me. But still, being fully financially free, I feel like you need a larger capital and income coming from that capital. So I can't say that I'm financially free. Because if I just decided to stop working right now, yes, I can go a long time with the funds that I do have, but I want to get to a point to where the funds are funding my lifestyle. If I have a dividend account that's making me $3,000 a month, that is giving me the ability to fund my lifestyle with just my dividend account. If I have a stock market account, or uh, long-term account that is consistently gaining $100,000 a year, that can fund my life, right? That can fund our life. Um, that's what I want. Uh, Blessings, Matt. Same to you. We got 45 people that are here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm gonna um I'm gonna get off of here. I told you it's not gonna be a long live stream. So I'm gonna have like maybe a couple of minutes to go over some things, and then I gotta go maybe like 5 minutes or so because I have to go wake the kids up and get them on the bus. And again, it wasn't going to be a long live stream. I really just wanted to talk about the privacy coins and the movement that we're seeing there. If we want a more in-depth feel, maybe I can do um, privacy coin video, and break down the top privacy coins that are there, the top moving privacy coins. I don't know if that's what you want, if that's where um, everyone's head is at. I'm selling Dash. Again, that's up to you. This is a nice little surprise after work. Yeah, for sure. Do you have Dash? Price is probably being moved by large holding OGs, possibly. But if it was being moved by large holding OGs, they would be uh, selling the position, not necessarily seeing it run. So this is new buyers that are coming into the market. So I don't know if that's necessarily true. If it was a down spurt, I don't know if that's a real word. If it was, if things started falling, then yes, I would say that's fully possible. But that's not the case here. Iran war threat. I mean, I haven't even. I don't have any information on that. Whether that's, war is never a good thing for investments in general. Sometimes cryptocurrency, depending on where you send it, or funds and help that's being sent to different countries, but also that cryptocurrency that you send is also being spent. Um, privacy coins. Ignore my last comment. Got you. Bought into a Dash pre-pump. Kept adding to bag because I read it will be compliant with the banking rules, but still has good privacy protections. I only looked at it because of the partnership announcement with Zebek a few weeks back. I never could, or Zebek, am I saying that right? I never could get any feedback from anyone, so I didn't go large. Yeah, it's tough. I think I've uh, talked about Zebek like one or two times because someone brought it up in the chat like a couple of times, but it was never like an in-depth thing. Um, but yeah, we talked about Dash maybe like a week ago, and that was pre-pump. I didn't buy it. I said it had potential, but I didn't buy it. I wish I had gone larger. Yeah, I feel like it's too late to hop into XMR Dash and is Zach Litecoin next. So I have Litecoin. I like Litecoin. I think Litecoin's at a low price, and I've had 133 for the longest time. But yeah, similarities to ZK's. XRP is not exploding. First, I didn't say XRP was exploding. XRP did explode overall, but it's not exploding now. Did you ever talk about Dashcoin before? I never heard of it. So I have talked about Dashcoin maybe 5 times in my entire history of cryptocurrency videos. I did 2 on my other channel before that turned into just a stock market channel, and then one here, and then mainly the other 2 was like live streams. And then more recently, it was about maybe even less than a week ago, I talked about Dash because someone brought it up in the chat. It wasn't because I was like, oh, this is the next biggest thing. I wanted to give my opinion as they brought it up and said that it does have potential, said that you can find it at these low levels and that it has a large history of growth, um, lowish supply, not really any dilution that's there, but said that I wasn't buying any new coins. So I always wanted to hold Dash when I first talked about it. Um, when it was at a higher price, I was like, yeah, I would like to hold this at a much lower price. Got to a lower price, never bought it. So um, Dash is an old privacy fork of Bitcoin. Following up on LTC, any thoughts? So again, I like LTC. I have 133 of it. I think it's at a low price. Um, but yeah, Chainlink should be doing what Dash is doing. I also like Chainlink, but I never bought in. Well, I bought Chainlink via leverage trading and made money from it, but I never actually bought it outright. Spencer, can you stop doing that? Spencer, stop doing that. I gotta cut your nails. I can't do it alone because he'll scratch me. Last time he did that, he bit me. He's not a an evil cat either. He's a very, very nice cat. But it's just he doesn't like his claws touched. But if you hold his neck like if he's a child, if he's a kitten, he'll stand still and won't do anything. So then you can cut his nails. So I need 2 people. All right, guys. I would love to continue to talk and have this discussion. I just wanted to get something out here to talk about what was going on in the markets for today, what was going on with privacy coins. If you could hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, I would greatly appreciate it. I appreciate anybody that's come through here. If you guys have Dash, um, you know, XMR, you have Canton. This may be a sector that really does grow because a lot of people care about privacy. A lot of people care about privacy. Get a cat sock. What is that? Won't his claws go through a cat sock? Anyways, I'll have to look into it. I got to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll upload some videos. I might go live a little bit later, somewhere around the lunchtime area. I might. Don't count on it. We'll see. But have a good rest of your day. If you're at work, have a good rest of your day. If you're at home, have a good rest of your day. If you're with your children, have a great day. Uh, I'll catch you guys in the next one.